All right, picture this. You're standing on the edge of the unknown, peering down into the darkest chasm on Earth, the Mariana Trench. Now, imagine dropping the most powerful nuclear weapon ever created, the Tsar Bomba, straight into that abyss. What happens next? Let's dive in. First off, the Tsar Bomba is a monster, 50 megatons of raw, unimaginable power. If you set it off on land, you'd see a mushroom cloud rising 60 kilometers high, windows shattered 900 kilometers away, and total devastation for miles. But underwater, that's a whole different story. So let's drop this bomb into Challenger Deep, almost 11 kilometers below the surface. Once it detonates, there's a blinding flash. No one would see it, of course. The immense pressure of the water actually contains the initial fireball, compressing the explosion far more than in the air. Within milliseconds, an enormous bubble of superheated steam forms, expanding violently. But down here, under crushing pressure, that bubble doesn't just burst, it pulses, expanding and collapsing several times, releasing shockwaves in every direction. Now, if you're picturing the ocean parting like in a sci-fi movie, not quite. The water absorbs and muffles a lot of the energy, but the shockwave would be devastating for any life in the trench. Creatures that have survived for millions of years wouldn't stand a chance. The explosion would send tsunamis rippling outward, but at this depth most of the energy stays below, so no towering waves crashing onto distant shores, at least not from a single blast. But here's the real kicker: radioactive fallout. Underwater, most of the highly radioactive debris gets trapped in the deep, mixing with water, sinking into sediments. That's not good news. The radioactivity could linger for decades, poisoning the very bottom of the food chain and slowly working its way up. Geologically, you might wonder, could you crack open the Earth's crust? The answer, not really. The trench is tough, and even the Tsar Bomba isn't enough to split tectonic plates. But it would leave a scar, a radioactive mark in one of the most mysterious places on our planet. So what happens if you nuke the deepest point in the ocean? No world-ending tsunamis, no Hollywood-style whirlpools, but you would erase countless unique species, contaminate the planet's most remote ecosystem, and leave a toxic legacy that could last for centuries. Sometimes, the scariest part isn't what you see, it's what you leave behind. Thanks for diving deep with me. If you want more What If Science, hit subscribe and let's keep exploring the unknown together.